My name is Ding Yonghua, a Chinese. I have been working in Africa for a very, very long time. The first time I came to this continent in 1977, 40 years already. But in Nigeria, I've been working here since 2009. This free zone started from 2006. Lekki Free Zone is on Lekki Peninsula, which is occupying about 165 square kilometers. So I should say it is the largest free zone in Africa. And also among all the free zones backed by the Chinese government to the world, to other countries, it is also the biggest. And the difference between this free zone with other free zones in Africa is this free zone is urban design. It is designed as an international harbor city. So that is to say, not only there is the manufacturing and logistics in the zone, but also we'll have other cells as a city. Because as long as it is built, we'll have about 110,000 people permanently living in this area. So it will be a city. That is the difference between this free zone with other industrial parks. Yeah. And also, this city is not only for Chinese and Nigerian. This free zone is for all the investors from the world, because the free zone is only a platform. We need all the investors. We need all the people. Otherwise, how can we call this zone an international city if we have only two nationalities? As I told you just now, we mainly, of course, even now, we'll have manufacturing, assembling, logistics, trading for this area, but also we'll have the estate developing and also other commercial activities. According to our master plan there, you can see the different colors on the map. For this 30 square kilometers, which is the, we can call it the startup area of the whole zone. About half of the area is for manufacturing and logistics and trading. Another half is for commercial and residential. How do you use your methodology of the policies to attract foreign investors? Generally, we call it is the investment environment. You have a platform, but what is the environment? What is the investment environment for investors? That will be key reason, to attract the foreign investors. That is including your policies, which is transparent and also stable, continuity, including your security, including your service, So we can, in Lekki Free Zone, we ask our staff and also government agencies to provide transparent and efficient services, as in China. That is very important. And also, it is including the infrastructures. Not only the infrastructure in the zone, but also the infrastructure surrounding, like Lekki Free Zone. Since it is designed as a harbor city, so the port is very important. If you didn't have this port, which will be built in the near future, how can you yourself a harbor city? And also, if you have a harbor, if you have so many investors, manufacturers here, and you don't have enough roads to connect the outside road, even including the railway. So this area will become another Papa. It is dangerous. All these, are constitute as the environment of the investment. That's very important. So if you ask me the strategies, I will reply you. This is something of the investment environment, not only the policy. But anyway, personally, to be complying with the policies of the Nigerian government, we worked out and declared already in last forum, Nigerian-China Production Capacity Cooperation and Investment Forum. We gave the policy already. We want to encourage those companies who can use mainly the local raw materials and also export more than 50% of the products to foreign countries. So we have worked out and given the policies to the investors to attract more investors from the world and also from Nigeria, to fully make use of the local raw materials. That's very important. You export always the raw materials. It's no good. You have to manufacture the products with your own raw materials in Nigeria. Then you export the ready products to other countries. Then in the future, your country will have the high level of the industry. Now 80% are manufacturing and logistics because our estate development, personally, I could say we have just started. 80% of the industries in the zone are manufacturing and logistics. If you are an investor, when you come to visit at the first time, what will you want to see? What will you expect to hear? So like a feasibility study, every investor will do at first. They will check for a zone, what is the level of your infrastructure? Do you have power? Do you have water? Do you have roads? Do you have this and that? And how's about the security order? How's about your service? And so on. And also, they'll judge by themselves about the costs. That will be different, because now, like from Lagos to Lekki Free Zone, it is only 55 kilometers away. But since there's only one road, and also the port has not yet started. Of course, now we have improved a lot, especially about 2 weeks ago. His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos, Ambode, came to visit our zoo. He was so happy with our progress. And he personally made his commitment to the public. One, to solve the land issues, community issues within 6 months. Two, he promised to give the equity as a Nigerian partner, $15 million by this year. And also he urged the the commencement of the construction of the port. And he promised to call a meeting to discuss the second alternative route for the region. So many commitments made already by the governor. We are very happy. We are encouraged very much. So I hope if all the commitments can be realized, this area can be, I should say, after 3 years, it will be quite different. It will be a satellite city for Lagos, and an area will provide so many chances for employment and so many chances for Nigerian people to make business, so many chances for Nigerian people to learn the technique, learn how to do the business. As Chinese, we came by because 30 years ago or 35 years ago, China has the biggest population in the world. 30 years ago, we Chinese were also very poor. When we opened our door, so many foreign investors came to China, and so many farmers, they came to the city from the farming area, from the villages, from mountain areas. They knew nothing. They started to work in the factory, in a joint venture factory. But after 10 years, they resigned. Why? They know the technique. They know how to do the business. They resigned, and they became the boss themselves. The head of their factories themselves. Gradually, people will become clever. They know how to be a boss, how to be a businessman. If all the people, they became intelligent, they know how to do the business, they have money, the whole country will be rich. The whole society will be developed. So that is the road, I believe, for Nigerian people. Also, they will come to a better tomorrow, by or through.